With countless of non-payment or late payment from our customers, I think this is what I'm gonna do moving forward. No longer there will be late payment because we have always struggled with not being able to stop the work when the client delivers the payment late. And if you're in the creative industry or you're in a fulfillment service industry, you bound to have this sort of situation where I'm facing, where you're fulfilling a job within a time frame and the client delays the payment, despite having a contract being tabled out indicating that late payments you're gonna stop the work. Or am I the only person? So hear me out, and I need help here. I figured out a way moving forward this year in order to avoid these things from happening, because it brings a lot of trouble to our financial um, situation. It uses our savings to bolster a project and make it run. So, give you an example that we're running a job that's worth 1.2 million ringgit. We were given 30% payment, and that's when the problem comes when we start going for the second progress payment. It's always either there'll be a delay, let me look into the invoice. I think, can you please send over a full detail summary of what the payment terms are or what the current payment status is? And they come with all sorts of different requests, and of course, you fulfill accordingly. The time takes, the clock is running, and you gotta fulfill the job. We gotta get the project delivered in time. But the payment doesn't come in, we couldn't procure and buy items. So it has been a huge problem to our business, and I've made a decision that we cannot go on doing things like that. This is what we're gonna do. After speaking to several business owners, friends, and they've been throwing ideas, showering me with these crazy, could be conservative ideas, but I gotta give it a try. So writing email every time seems to be a very harsh action to take when you're communicating with a client, because you want to retain a good relationship. Picking up a call or dropping a text, oh, have you looked into the payment? I'll be sending you an invoice. We'll be looking to claim in 2 weeks' time. Would you please look to prepare the funds accordingly? So things like that we've been doing all the time, but it never seemed to be effective. Uh, from an outsider third party who has been showering us with like different ideas on mitigating this problem. They've been saying, hey, look, just stop the work, don't continue doing it. But sometimes it's easier said than done, or rather it's actually quite easy to be done, that we do not have the courage to do so. That's a bigger problem that we face. But despite having a 10-page contract, we are not able to pull this off as easy as it seems. It's just 2 or 3 weeks away from Chinese New Year, and we gotta pay out bonuses. We gotta clear off suppliers. That's that's a lot of money to be paid. We are currently sitting at a project with a completion of 95% completion rate, but we've only received 60% of the funds. Funny, it seems that it's quite absurd that we are caught in this situation where we are pretty much doing the job for free. And where does this take us? So we've made a decision, a very strong decision, just to stop doing anything beyond the payment that we have received. So if we have done up to 30%, we're just going to do up to 30%. They only have a week's time to complete the payment before we can proceed with the next phase. I think this is something that we have to hold ourselves strongly, have a very strong stance on that. And it's a principle and a policy that we have to carry on, because you're putting table food on the table. It's absurd that you're using your savings to run a project on behalf of others. So if you're running a service-based business, please comment down below how would you actually mitigate something like that. It could be something that we've heard a gazillion times, but we never had the courage to carry it out. Or or just another little voice in our head that, oh, this might not work, it might be hurtful to the client relationship. What do you think? What could we do in situations like that? I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll see you in the next one.